Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a Friday reads and then show you my Halloween TBR. There's a lot of books, but I really love horror. Let's put that down. So first up the Friday reads, I'm going to read two things. I'm going to read The Worst Witch, All at Sea by Jill Murphy. This is book 3 in the Worst Witch series. Oh my god. Get on this series. This is such a good series. It's about a little witch and her best friend, but the witch is at a witch academy, but she's really bad at being a witch, and it's just gorgeous. And then I'm going to read The Blair Witch Project. I never liked the film. This was a gift for me, and this is, they're acting as if it was real, so they've got investigation, like notes and police reports, and it's all a fakery of what if it was real, what kind of things would be filed. I think this is actually an interesting thing to have. So now on to the Halloween TBR. There's a lot of books here. Oh, first up, one that you've seen a lot on the channel, Ring. I read this kind of half-arsedly all the way through, and then I decided to reread it because I didn't really take it in and I didn't want to give it a review if I wasn't really reading it properly. Basically, this is very jarring because the book is really good, but we have our main character, and then our main character's best friend joins him on the journey to try and find like the girl in the well and everything like that. But his best friend has done something horrific in his past, and one evening he just decides to confess and say, oh, this is this horrible thing I did once. And the other one's like, oh wow, okay, okay. What? And then they just carry on with their journey. And if that was my friend, I'd be like, get the hell away from me. What the hell? We're going to the police. What? I mean, what world? But they just carry on, and I think that's why first reading it I was like, ugh. Like that bit ruins it, but the rest of it is good, so I'm going to give it a reread. This book I always show, like autumn reads, Halloween, never read it. Gobelino, The Witch's Cat, Ursula Moray Williams. It's been on so many of my TBRs. It's about a witch's cat. I'm going to read it. Dead Romantic by CJ Goose. This is about two girls decide to make a boy, so it's a take on Frankenstein, and they've tried to date boys and the boys in their area just aren't very nice, so they think they're gonna create a boy very much like Frankenstein, pick the perfect things of a boy, make him, and he'll be the perfect boyfriend for them both. I don't know if they're going to share him or if it's one of them. I'm not sure if it's polygamy. I'm not sure if it's a polygamous relationship, which first, how on earth could you? I feel like it's the new thing though. Let's chat for a second. People are like, oh, monogamy doesn't work, you can't really be with one person forever, And I kind of, if you look at the divorce rate, I kind of get where they're coming from. But polygamy, like pigamy it should be called. Like, oh, it's always one man though. It's always a man with like 6 wives. And it's like, they all love me, they're all happy in this situation. I'm sure they're not, sweetheart. I'm sure if they could say, let's get rid of the rest and just have me, don't. Because it's always one man with like a million wives. It's weird, isn't it? But anyway, The Birthing House by Christopher Ransom. It's about a couple moving into a house. A man is looking through the old photographs that have been left in the house. And then all the photographs in them, his wife appears in them. What the hell's happening there? Dracula by Bram Stoker. The Babysitter by R.L. Stein, very famous horror book. So Point Horror basically do really campy, fun horror books, but a lot of them have been turned into movie franchises, and you'll see the themes in these books in many films. Young girl goes to babysit children, she gets a phone call. It's like, you know, you're gonna die, or I'm watching you. Oh, how many teen films have you watched with that in it? R.L. Stein bloody came up with it first, my girls. I was going to read this last year, never got around to it. Christmas Terror Tales, stories to enjoy from October through December. This one's just very me. World Famous Cults and Fanatics, and it goes through them, the real life cases. So we have people like Rasputin. I'm very interested in the Russian royal family. Got Rasputin. We then got Charles Manson. That's why I got it, to be honest with you. Only because anything to do with Charles Manson, I'm very fascinated with the Manson family and everything that happened there, so that's why I looked at that. But then they have Jesus Christ as well. And I suppose if you don't believe in God, was Jesus Christ and his disciples a cult? A cult of people that made up lies that he did the things when he actually didn't do them? Is that what that was? So to put that in a cult situation, I've never seen before in a book, so I think that's interesting. I then have Evil is Isabel by Sheila Tibbs, found it in charity shop, just self-published book. Doris Lesson's The Fifth Child. Oh my god. Doris Lessing wrote to Room 19 and it's the best short story you will ever read in your whole entire life. It is stunning. Get a hold of it somehow, read it. Oh, I love it so much. So I saw this and was like, oh, Doris again, like I'll pick her up, it's a novella. It's about a couple who, they get together and they decide to have loads of children and they can't really afford the children, everyone around them's a little bit concerned, and then it gets to their 5th child and the 5th child is an utter nightmare, like this kind of Damien from The Omen kind of person. But we're over halfway through it and the 5th child has only just been born. So the whole lead up to the book is about this couple's struggle and wanting more children and just thinking, let's have one more, let's have one more, I suppose maybe like it's about the greed of that, I don't know. Doris Lessing has a lot of symbolism in her work, so I don't know if it's maybe about if you get too greedy about things or live beyond your means. I don't know what you're trying to say, Doris, because it's boring so far, I'll be honest with you. Witch Child by Celia Rees. This is a diary entry form, which I'm all over that, about a girl whose like grandma was a witch and it's her diary now. I then have 2 mangas. I have Chibi Vampire and Soul Eater, and then last but not least I have a graphic novel. I have I Hate Fairyland by Scotty Young. It's about a little girl that goes to Fairyland and then she can't get out of Fairyland and she's this absolute beast of a woman living there, killing all the little creatures. It's blood and guts. It's really bright colours. I got it because I thought the colours were very funny, how like you think of them as cutesy Cartoon Network colours, but it's like blood, guts, she's put a knife through a poor little Smurf, like that kind of thing. But it's just not me, I don't think. I'm quite a way into it and I'm just finding it a little bit boring and a little bit pointless, and I think that's the idea of it. It's very pointless, it's very blood, guts, silly, but there's no storyline to carry it through so far. It's just like a mini adventures things. I don't know, tell me if it picks up or not. Tell me what's on your Halloween TBRs. Also, does anyone have any graphic novel Halloween recommendations? Because I read Through the Woods, loved it, but I've never read another graphic novel horror thing. And that's it, that's the end of the video. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. I'm going to go to the library tomorrow, so I'm going to show you what library books I get and show you my knitting project, which is Halloween themed. So I will see you tomorrow.